Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Sever7, and today we are taking a look at a Poikilo. And that's with the ultimate goal of seeing if this is worth adding to your collection or your daily carry. And this is the Poikilo Blade Salvator. This is part of their tactical series, whereas the knives we looked at before were part of their bio series. Now, this was sent to me by Poikilo for review. This is going to get sent back to them. I do not get to keep it as much as I would absolutely love to. Now, this was designed and OEM'd by Poikilo, and because they are in control of the entire process start to finish, you do get an enhanced level of quality with the end product, right? Because their high level of standards start with the design process, and then they ensure that it translates all the way through to the final product. And that's evident as soon as you get it in hand and you start messing with it and using it. It's fantastic. So we've got a smooth titanium dark stone wash front and back. We've got T8 hardware. We have this beautiful purple anodized deep carry milled titanium pocket clip. We've got more of a satin purple, like a reflective purple anodization on the thumb studs, the pivot screw, and the lock bar insert screw. Lock bar insert. I'm not editing that out. Lock bar insert screw. And then we also have that reflective purple anodization up here on the show side pivot collar. And I gotta say, this, like on paper, I wouldn't have thought that a dark stonewash in purple would have been my thing. But holy cow, this looks, like up here, it's like business in the front and then an absolute party in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy cow. It's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm a little saucy. Just a little hint of bam. Look at that. Yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic. Now, as far as the... oh yeah, I already said full back spacer, and then we've got like this pig snout area for a lanyard. So all 7 people out there, you've got what you need. Although I don't know how. I mean, I'm sure it just works, but like I'm thinking if you push it in one side, how it'll feed through. Look, I'm not a lanyard guy, not my problem. And I'm sure the lanyard people out there, they already know how to do it. So we're not going to talk about it anymore here. Now, as far as the ergonomics, so we've got a little bit of a belly here, and then we've got kind of a flat spot here and a flat spot here. It's mostly neutral, but we do have what I would call some ergonomic recommendations based on how the handle is shaped. Now, this knife isn't as comfortable as the Orca and the Tuna. That's not to say this isn't comfortable. The only reason this is overshadowed is because of the incredibly high standard the Tuna and the Orca set. So compared to those knives, this is fine. Compared to any other normal knife, this is very comfortable. So we can just say it's very comfortable. Now, you know, if you white knuckle this, you know, and you're going on an hour and a half of just hard labor, just tearing through boxes, okay, you're going to start to notice some hot spots, right? But that's only under the most extreme condition. If you're just like daily using this, like, you know, you got, you know, 20 minutes, you're just kind of going through boxes, you got to open some letters, you know, whatever. This is very comfortable. It's going to be perfectly fine. We do have jimping. It's mostly for indexing. There's a little bit of use to be had there, but this isn't going to lock you in, right? So mostly just to say, oh, okay, I'm above the thumb studs. All right, that's where I want to be. I'm good here, right? So mostly indexing, not really that functional. And then we've got, as far as the blade goes, we've got a Tonto, because we technically have a little bitty kind of non-committal secondary tip. This is a both of these, it's a compound grind because there's a separation, but both of these are flat. Like these are both flat grinds, right? So the compound aspect is really just more for decoration. And then we've got this beautiful swedge going across the top. And that's giving this a very like aggressive, but also kind of subdued overall aesthetic. Like, you know, at first it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. But then the more you look at it, you're like, man, that thing looks pretty tactical. Like this thing could probably defend the crud out of smoothies. Like if you have a box that cops a little attitude with you, you could really break that box down, right? And then of course recycle it. You know what I mean? So, so the aesthetic on this blade specifically, I think is awesome. It's the matching darkstone or dark stone wash that we have for the handle, and then like I believe like almost all of their knives, we're rocking M398. So just to keep it easy, think of it like M390, just with far better edge retention, and it's a little harder to sharpen. That's it, right? So just think M390, better edge retention, so you sharpen it less often, and when you do sharpen it, it's going to be a little bit tougher. So I mean, this is really going to be not only fantastic for EDC, but it's also going to be fantastic for extended use, right? It's almost like the ergonomics and the blade steel were designed for those extreme scenarios. I don't mean extreme like, you know, you're out in the woods and you're fighting off a bear. I mean extreme like, okay, I cut boxes for a living, right? Or I use my knife all day long. So I need ergonomics and a blade steel that makes sense for me. Well, knives like this, like the Poikilo ones that we've covered, are going to be perfect for those situations. Now let's talk about this. Let's talk about the action. So this is a lot of blade to sling around, right? I mean, you're looking at just shy of 4 inches of blade, which means that even though the detent is medium, it's going to feel stronger because of how much blade you got to throw out. Now, I like a stronger detent. I don't mind a heavier blade. So for me, this is perfectly fine. But for those of you that don't want a stronger detent, this might not be the one for you. Oh, and I said stronger. It's really a medium detent, but it feels stronger just because of the heft of the blade, right? The acoustics sound fantastic. Super snappy. Super authoritative. And then you have a little bit of disengage acoustic. Just a little bitty click. And then the acoustic on the landing is a little lackluster. Right? We're not getting a ton of feedback on the close. Right? Even if you kind of like shake shut it down, it's just kind of a thud, right? Not a big deal. That's okay. At least the deployment acoustics are fantastic. Now this is a shake shut. Now I haven't put any oil on this. I haven't KPL'd it. Over time, this will naturally become a hydraulic close. And I'm sure if I put some KPL on it now, and it's got such a nice rollout. Yeah, that's so satisfying. But I'm sure if I put some KPL on it, it would be hydraulic right now. You know what I'm saying? But if I don't, and if I were just to use this for the next week or two, it would naturally turn into kind of that slow hydraulic close that we all love so much. So overall, fantastic detent. This is a little less lefty friendly because unlike the other knives that had an inset liner lock, this one has a traditional frame lock, which means, you're going to have to, I don't even think I could flick this out. Okay, I guess I can with my thumb. I couldn't reverse flick it because I would be contending with the heft of the blade and with the lock bar and the fact that I'm not left-handed. So let me see if I get on the pocket clip. Yeah, I can't do it. So lefties can still use it. It just won't be quite as easy because they're going to have to watch out for the lock bar and either put their finger up on the pivot or put it down here on the pocket clip. Now, overall length, we're looking at 8.77 inches and a blade length of 3.9 inches, which is giving us a blade to handle ratio of 0.8. And that is right when we start to get into that Shirogorov territory where it's not 50-50, but it kind of has the illusion of being a 50-50 for blade to handle ratio. 0.8, I absolutely, let me find my words. I absolutely love a 0.8 or better blade to handle ratio. There are some knives that can pull off like a 0.7 or a 0.75. Some of the other Poikilos did exactly that, which was super impressive. But by and large, I want a 0.8 blade to handle ratio because I like that even aesthetic. Now let's do some size comparisons. We're going to go with the large Civivi Praxis. And the Salvator has it, let me make sure I'm even. They're pretty close, but the Salvator's got it beat by, man, I want to say maybe, it looks like more from your guys' perspective because you're angled, but I want to say maybe an 1/8 of an inch, maybe slightly more, but not by a lot. We're going to do the milled aluminum Civivi Brazen. And that's getting dwarfed. It's about 1 inch shorter. And let's go ahead and bust out the little guy, the Real Steel Sylph. And of course, this guy's dwarfed by like 2.5 inches. So this is definitely a little bit more than a full-size knife. And the weight backs that up. Even though this is milled for weight reduction, this thing is coming in at 5.19 ounces. This is hefty. This is not something you could go jogging in gym shorts with. Like you couldn't do it. You would lose your shorts, right? It's not cumbersome, right? You're just not going to forget it's in your pocket. Now, if you're wearing jeans or whatever, you're going to be fine, right? Khakis, you're fine. But shorts or some comfy sweatpants, and you're not going to have a good time, right? So keep that in mind when you consider buying this knife because this is hefty. Now, what's the price on this guy? So the price on the Salvator is, and they have different versions like that. They've got a mid-tech version, but the base pearlescent stonewash is $380, and then this configuration right here is $400. So, and keep in mind, you have places like White Mountain Knives, which I'll have linked below, where you can still get the 10% discount, right? That is a fantastic, just looking at the 400 for this version, that is a fantastic price point. You're getting incredible build quality, high performing steel. This could be easily a collection piece for some, but it can also truly be an all day hard user. I know the people that, that run Poikilo, I know that they hard use all of their knives daily, right? That's literally what they built them for. But they have also injected a tremendous amount of high quality materials and a huge sense of style while doing it. But these are built form after function first, basically. So, at $400, 100%, I can recommend this knife. I would absolutely carry it and have enjoyed my time doing so. And I would absolutely collect it. Now, if you have, if you're the type of collector, and this is kind of me when I can afford to do it, I like to have, if I can, a hard use version and a collectible piece. That doesn't mean I'm going to go buying two of the same knife all the time, although I've done it a few times. But they have a mid-tech version of this. So you could reasonably buy this and make this your everyday user, and then you could buy the mid-tech and you could just have that in a case on display. Or you can just buy this and it can be a user and a collector, and you can just buy the mid-tech 630, and that can be just a user and a collector, right? I mean, however you collect, I just know that I personally like to have one that's pristine, but then one that I can take out and really, really experience it, right? That's half of getting to know your knife is putting it to use. So, yeah, fantastic knife. I absolutely enjoyed my time with this. My question for you, though, is this something that you would collect? Is this something that you would daily carry, right? Would this find a way into your EDC rotation, right? Let me know how you feel about this knife down in the comments below. And if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe. We have a fat giveaway. I just put out a giveaway video on the, I want to say the 9th. It's got instructions. It's a 4-minute video. It tells you how to enter and then when the announcement for the giveaway is. So make sure you check that out, if nothing else, just to win some free knives. You know what I mean? You can follow me on Instagram and on TikTok at SEVRSEVN. And this video has gone on long enough. So I appreciate the love and support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.